What's the topic?
Hall pass. Do you know what a hall pass is?
A hall pass?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what a hall pass is. That's like cheating. It's not a hall. That's like hall pass. Are you kidding me?
I think we could have a half-hour funny conversation about that.
Oh, Maron. That's
Joanne, is it cheating if the other person knows about it?
That's giving the person permission to cheat. And guess what? You're going to feel some kind of way about it after it's all done. You're going to be thinking, was it better than me? Does he like the person better than me? And I can't even actually imagine a man giving any woman a hall pass.
I'm giving you a hall pass.
A what? What? A what? Week off from marriage.
After a few weeks of talking pop culture, the You Don't Know Jackie podcast is back with a what if. What would you do if you had the all-encompassing hall pass, aka a week off from marriage? Would you go and take that step of never looking back and having an affair? Finally catch up on Insecure and Love is Blind? Play video games for a week? Would you go on your own personal vacation? Or would you realize how important the people in your life really are? And really just miss the people you love the most? Well, enjoy our crew this week. Jackie Endy, Jackie Rachel, Jackie Larry, and Jackie Joe as they explore the age-old question of the hall pass on this week's episode of You Don't Know Jackie.
I'm glad we could all get on the Zoom anyway because I look forward to it. I was getting, feeling like I really wanted to have a conversation. We haven't even recorded in a minute, so I definitely like to be able to get together and have an adult conversation. And at least now Corey can't join us today, so we can actually have an adult conversation. Larry, where were you? Can I get a song?
Do your thing, Ray Ray.
You don't know, Jackie. Adult conversation.
I want you to know, I have the, does Rachel know what I'm talking about?
Oh, good, because I have one too in case you weren't prepared. I didn't know if you would join us, so I wanted to keep our segment. Does Rachel know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Go ahead.
So here we go. And I got some background clappers today, so it's going to be... Okay, you ready, Miss Rachel?
Yes.
Okay. What is tall, gray, has a trunk, and sings calypso music? Harry Elefante.
I have no idea what that means.
Joanne, do the explaining.
Yes, Harry Belafonte, the very famous singer.
Nothing, Rachel?
He's got a trunk?
No, he's making a play on the word Belafonte, Elefante.
That's the joke.
Like a trunk, like a elephant's trunk. Okay, I was just picturing like a big trunk, like that you store stuff in.
Well,
here's my attempt at. This is my attempt at a Larry. Does Rachel and Jackie Rachel know what I'm talking about? So when I was a child, I took a gymnastics class with Brittany Murphy. And then years later, I saw her. I ran into her in the mall. I said, Brittany, it's me. Don't you remember me? And she was clueless.
I get that one.
All right, you do?
Yeah, well, first of all, Brittany Murphy was in the movie Clueless, and there's that scene where she's in the mall and they dangle her. I love that movie.
Well, I hope, I didn't run into her in the mall when anything traumatic like that was happening, so. But anyway, we have Corey's just so busy with his work shoot podcast, but no, really, we do have a little break from him, but he did want to know our thoughts on a hall pass. Do you know what that is? Larry's thinking. He's scratching his head.
Get a hall pass?
Yeah, I know what a hall pass is.
Jackie Andrews going to explain it to me.
Larry, you really don't know what a hall pass is?
Sleep with, you get like a pass for it.
Oh, interesting. See, now
Are you in mixed company, Larry?
yeah, just
He's got his fans, his adoring fans around him.
Jackie Andrew was in the kitchen next to me, so yeah, he told me. And
Wait, Rachel, do you know what a hall pass is?
Yeah, like when you need to go to the bathroom, your teacher writes you a hall pass.
Yeah, that's it.
That's one type. That's what Corey wanted to talk about. He wanted to talk about hall passes in high school. Like, what did you do? Did you go to the bathroom? Did you skip out? Did you go?
Well, we have this booklet that you're joking. Okay.
Yes.
So I was going to go into it. We had this whole method that we used at our high school.
No, a hall pass. There was actually a movie by the name of it, Hall Pass, in 2011 with Owen Wilson, Jason Sudeikis, and Jenna Fisher, and our favorite, actually, Christina Applegate. I don't know why we don't just call this podcast "You Don't Know Jackie Applegate." I mean, at this point.
Let's see. I'm looking up the movie right now.
Most married men believe that if not for you, they could actually be with these other women.
I'm giving you a hall pass.
A what?
A what?
A what?
A hall pass.
But it's a free pass to sleep with someone. For married, in a relationship, you get a hall pass.
Okay.
Sometimes it's in terms of like that people have like a celebrity, a clearance, like people on your list that you're whatever. What's that one called?
Yeah, there is but I know exactly what you're talking about. I can't remember the name.
Yeah, but a hall pass is basically that. So he wanted to know. He wanted to talk about that basically.
I'm looking right now.
Joanne, I think, seemed to be against hall passes.
It. A hall pass is going to bring nothing but trouble.
It's not. It's just called like a freebie, right?
Yeah, it's a freebie. But what if you happen to you give your spouse a hall pass, and they like the person that interaction better than their interaction with you.
Yeah, I don't know if I know that it seems like fun and games until like it actually happens. Like I don't think that I would do it. I would give somebody a hall pass because like I feel like then what if it happened?
Yeah, it's a permission to cheat.
And I guess
go ahead.
Is there a difference in you even brought up like if there's a difference between men and women and the gender stereotype, and I know Larry was talking about this because he had said like even with his story he told us about Peter and Denise and Charlie that he realized he should have brought up the gender stereotype in that. So I don't know if with a hall pass you think it's different if a girl like because I think Joanne you thought that a guy wouldn't want to give a girl a hall pass, and that wouldn't be fair if the girl was going to give the guy a hall pass, right?
Right. I think the way it works is you both get the hall pass, and
I think that's only fair, right?
Right. And it works either way. I could wind up liking the person that I've had the hall pass with better than my partner, husband, and then what do you do? Is it like a one and done? And if you like it that much, you're gonna in your head, I don't know. I just think it leads to sneaking and cheating. Now, if it's a lesser happening or occasion, then I guess everybody's a winner.
Well,
it kind of reminds me of a decent proposal.
That's so. Joanne said it was a decent proposal without the money.
Oh.
She did.
And guess what? If you're going to do it, I'd rather it be in a decent proposal, and you risk losing everything, but at least you're getting the money out of it.
Getting the money. I forgot. I'm remiss to say that I'm joined with Jackie Joe and Jackie Larry. Jackie Rachel and I are joined today, and we don't have. I just mentioned. I'm so excited that we didn't have Corey's nose butting in here that I totally forgot to welcome my guests.
Oh. Gee, thanks, Jackie.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But you've been pretty quiet, Jackie Larry.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm getting hypotheticals on this one. Are we saying married couples do this, or high school kids, or
it could be anybody. Boys,
it's mostly I mean, people in relationships, though, it's mostly a married couple thing. I mean, if you go by this, you know, it was a comedy movie that it was, they were married for, you know, a while, I guess, and I think that's what prompted the hall pass. The women got tired of the guys, like, leering eyes and stuff like that, and said, you know what, go, take a hall pass. We're going, like, on vacation for this week. You have the week. Then I was kind of thinking, though.
They had the whole week? Not even just a one-time thing, it was a whole week?
Yeah, and then, I mean, if you want me to give you the spoiler, you can, it's on HBO.
I want to know what happened. It all fell apart, right?
Well, they, you know, it's a goofy movie, so they had all these kind of trouble getting, you know, a girl, I guess. There's all sorts of silly scenes with that it wasn't really working out. And at the end, and the women also had the hall pass, too, and I think, you know, they maybe had better prospects on their end when they weren't even really trying. I think at the end, it's like everyone sort of like appreciated what they had. Like having the break from it made them like, oh, I never wanna, I don't, like, forget it. Like I thought I wanted that, but I don't. And like, I appreciate this and blah, blah, blah. To me, like, I mean, it was only a week. How much are you missing, like appreciating and missing someone? I mean, I have a week off from work. Let me tell you, it takes a lot longer for that to me to be like, oh, yeah.
Now, did they both have the same, the wives and the husbands felt equally the same, that they were grateful for who they were with?
Yeah, I think so. I think, yeah. I mean, I don't, you know, I haven't really seen the movie too recently, but yeah, I mean, I think they probably each wanted to do the hall pass for, you know, different reasons, you know? So I don't think, you know, the women, maybe it was just because it was like, well, if he seems so unhappy, like, you know, but I don't know. You know, each person's probably different. But I mean, it probably
more movie. There really is no reality to this at all. I mean, Joanne, I haven't told my wife about us, so I mean. But I've never...
So Jackie Larry's point is, don't even ask for the hall pass. Just
No, I mean, is this like a planned thing? Then you might as well have what do you call it, swinging or what have you?
Yeah, like an open marriage or something.
Right. I think it's kind of vague.
I guess it's saying it's for a finite amount of time instead of, you know, like it's like, oh, okay, hey, I'm going to a bachelor party in Vegas and, you know, this and that. And the wife goes, all right, you know what? You can have a hall pass when you're in Vegas. Instead of like, I mean, I guess you could maybe consider that an open marriage, but because open marriages make their own terms. So it could only be like on certain, you know, specific circumstances, I guess.
Yeah, it's I can't, you know, I don't really see it happening as a general rule. I'm old-fashioned, maybe. I just don't see where I say, hey, babe, I find this girl really attractive. I want to do her. Please let me do her. I don't, you know, I really don't see. You know?
Please let me do her.
Have you guys ever seen Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23?
No freaking way. James Vanderbeek is at my wedding. Excuse me.
Congratulations, Chrissy.
Shut up. Dawson just kissed my hand.
Obviously, my wife is super excited that you're here. You're her freebie.
Ah, freebie. Yes, the one exception to the marriage vow.
Yeah.
Greatest responsibility that comes with being a celebrity.
My freebie is Perry Gilpin. You know, Roz from Frasier. She's so dry.
Yeah, I have very long ago when it came out.
With the freebie, where this couple's getting married, and that guy, he was in One Tree Hill. He's like one of the main characters. He crashes the wait, no, I'm sorry. It wasn't
James Vanderbeek in that
James
show?
Vanderbeek, and what he's in that's in Tommy
called
Pete.
Dawson's Creek?
Oh, Dawson's Creek. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I just got all of those three shows confused. Okay. So James Vanderbeek shows up to this wedding, and it turns out that it's the wife's freebie to like sleep with James Vanderbeek. So I think I think she does wind up.
Yeah, because he plays himself. So
Right.
it was like, right, like you're my celebrity
crush.
Yeah, no, or like you have like celebrity freebies. Like say you're in a relationship and people decide like, hey, if I'm somewhere and it so happens that one of these, I have 3 celebrity passes,
Right,
like one of these
right,
celebrities
right.
is there and they're willing, like it's a pass. You don't have that, Larry? No, Jackie, Larry?
I'm picturing the other way. If my wife's attracted to another guy, would I allow her to have sex with him? And it's like kind of the furthest thing from my mom. I don't know.
The question is, does it make it different, Larry, if it's a celebrity crush that she has? Does that somehow make it different?
When we were younger, not anymore for obvious reasons, not that good looking, but she loved Mel Gibson. So, right, if she had seen Mel Gibson, I'm like, yeah, hug him, whatever. You know,
I'll do him.
I'll do him, yeah.
More than just hug. I mean...
Yeah, but that was when I was younger. I mean, when I was younger, people say I look like Al Pacino, Sylvester Stallone, even Billy Joel. These days, I say I look like one person. I look like shit.
Oh, Larry, love.
Well,
Oh, I'm sorry, Corey. I am not funny. Continue.
Yeah, I just don't see any of these scenarios working out in any kind of good way.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean,
Would you give your husband to pass, Jackie?
Yeah. Oh, Jackie. Yeah, I don't have a husband. Sorry.
I mean, I don't know. He probably doesn't want to pass, so no. Celebrity one, sure. That's only fair, right? I mean, that seems like
I don't know though. I'm in agreement with
once
Jackie
in
Joe.
a
I don't
lifetime
think I would
thing
do it.
for a celebrity. Like, you have to clear the celebrity though. Like, you have to tell me in advance. Like, here's the 3 celebrities, or I don't know why there's all these stringent rules. Why does it matter if it's like, but it just comes down to like, well, I like love that person,
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know, but we're like borderline sociopathic here. A little dangerous. I can't lie to you. It's like, okay, babe, go have sex with him. Who can't, emotion seems to have
He's
gone
meeting
out.
Jackie Larry's wife's probably with a rolling pin in the background.
I'm sure there are many who would agree with her too, but no, she's not home. But yeah,
no, well, it's only right. I think it brings up, I mean, you have a relationship that you built on trust and an understanding of each other's wants and needs. So, if like obviously that's part of your relationship, yeah, she would be, right to think like, what are you gonna say if we already, made this monogamous commitment? If you're telling me you want a celebrity pass, but.
Because I think when people do that, they don't ever in their wildest dreams think they're going to actually meet that celebrity.
Yeah, exactly. That's why, right. But so you have to stand by your word if you agree to it.
No, right. And then it spells trouble to me. That's all I'm saying.
Well, would you have any celebrities in mind, Jackie Joe?
I'm like trying to think, and they would all, I shouldn't even say because they're all like so much younger than me that I shouldn't even be thinking these things.
As long as they're over, well, we should do actually.
I know, we figured out the
formula. I like that formula where you divide your age by 2 and add 7.
My acceptable age is like 37, and it's going to sound weird. I don't even know why. Like sometimes I just get fixations on
saying my name all over the place. You can do anything that you want to do. But honey, get off my shoes and don't step on the face. You can do anything, but don't come on loose face you.
Just in a particular time, but like Post Malone. Like, how old is he? And most people would be like, what are you, crazy? But there's just something about him.
You like him? The bad boy? You like the bad boy?
I just have no idea. And I don't particularly like all the tattoos on his face, but I don't know if it's his voice. I don't know if it's because one time I saw him.
Mysterious.
He did an Elvis. Yes,
very
he did
mysterious.
It comes back, yes.
because of my one would be, but he's dead, would be Elvis Presley. And I think maybe that's why Post Malone.
Celebrity past, dead or alive.
Right.
Don't get talking like Corey now.
Well, because I'm trying to think, who am I like? All the ones that I would have been.
Crushes right
oh,
now.
wait a second. Who's the guy? I've got a few age appropriate guys for me. James Spader. And he's my faux boyfriend, number one. And then my new faux boyfriend is the guy who plays Bosch.
I know his name.
I don't know his name, but those are my two celebrity crushes.
I can't think of it. But
besides Post Malone.
Post Malone is 24.
Oh, you see, there you go. It's just wrong. I take it back.
He doesn't seem like he's 24.
He certainly doesn't. I didn't realize he was that young. I would have never let that name slip out of my mouth.
Titus Welliver. That's Bosch.
Titus, that's right. Titus Welliver.
Actually, I'm fascinated in Rachel's point of view because she has a relatively new relationship, and in a million years, Rachel, you wouldn't say at this point, "Gee, go ahead and have, let's do this hall pass thing," would you?
Yeah, no, I don't think so, and I know that my boyfriend would absolutely never let me do that. So it would probably just be he probably would say, "I don't want to," because I think that it's true that women do have a better chance, with that movie, The Hall Pass, that guys will be like, oh yeah, this is a great idea, and then it's easier for a girl to do it. Yeah. So then they get kind of jealous, or it doesn't.
A lot of that all goes into the culture of women have to be more protect. If a guy's going oh, I'm gonna have a hall pass, it could be harder for him because, women historically are the people that get taken advantage of. So yeah. It's going to be a harder time to get to a woman to agree just because she has to protect herself, whereas guys don't really fear that they're, they don't get raped as often, basically, Yeah. So. Mm-hmm.
So true.
But Larry, what do you think, even in terms of what you were talking about, that the guy can be a stud and the girl gets labeled a slut, right?
That bothers me a lot. I mean, if a girl who's not connected to anyone wants to have sex with as many guys as possible, God bless her. I have no problem with that. I don't see why she should be labeled in such a mean fashion where a guy, is a stud or, what have you. He's incredible to get as many girls as he wants. It's disturbing. I hate it. I hated it all the time. I think it's ridiculous. I do.
Do you have any people you'd want to potentially put on your celebrity pass list?
That I would want.
Yeah, some people could get fancy with it because they could pick people celebrities that maybe they could run into. Oh, that person lives in that neighborhood.
James Spader lives in New York, doesn't he? But he's married. I always ruin it by seeing their marital status.
So he'd need you on his hall pass list, basically. He'd say, "Oh, right. Jackie Joe from You Don't Know Jackie."
Yeah.
I mean, the only bad thing I had when I was 23, I had sex with a girl who was 69, and boy, was she delicious. He's not funny. Why is he on this show? What is with this guy? Why the hell do you put him on, Jackie Andy? I'm sorry.
So Larry, you're not going to give up the celebrity names?
I'm thinking. When we were younger, of course, the Farrah Fawcett's, the Cindy Crawfords, what's her name?
Now, the interesting conversation is Jackie Joe brought up Post Malone, and she prefaced oh, he's too young and da 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 da. But we all said, oh yeah, whatever. But now if Larry says a 24-year-old girl celebrity, are we gonna have a different opinion?
It's going to be absolutely okay for him to say that. And it's funny because I was thinking the same thing after I said his name. If it was turned around, it would be okay. And I don't think I would feel as creepy about it either.
I don't know. I think it's creepier.
Creepier for male, female?
Yeah, just, I don't know. That's just the culture. What do you think, Jackie Rachel?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know.
Don't you think that it's more acceptable for an older man to date a younger woman than an older woman to date a younger man?
Well,
yes, but like
that's
I
different
like
too than what I'm
personally,
saying.
I think it's creepier probably for like an older man to date a younger woman.
All right, so there's some hope here.
Like it comes off like more like, oh, you're leering, line of like, oh, that's the girl he's gonna pick. Like it's like, oh, I don't know. He like, and obviously Jackie Larry didn't pick anybody young, but I'm just saying if he did, but you know when Jackie Jo said Post Malone, like, okay, get a girl, whatever.
I don't think that that's creepy.
Yeah, I mean,
of course, there's always this like the societal thing, but I like generally like I don't have that same outlook.
Well, I have to say I felt very creepy when you said exactly how old he was.
Do you know what Post Malone looks like, Larry?
No, I don't actually. I know the name. I don't follow him too. Yeah, I know him. Yeah, he's good looking. Go for it, JoJo.
Yeah.
Go for it. Like she's got like, oh yeah, I saw him walking down the block.
I grew up in a time when these actresses started, again, with the Farrah Fawcett's, the Cheryl Ladds, the Cindy Crawfords.
Jackie Rachel, do you know who any of those people are?
Yeah, I know Cindy Crawford. I know Farrah Fawcett.
Yay! That was a time when the posters for bathing suits came out and the sexy poses, and it definitely appealed at the time to a teenage Larry. So it.
But it's interesting because they're older than you, so it's like, you know what I mean? When you were a teenager, you're going for the older.
I had experiences. Yeah, I did.
Oh, you had actual.
You met Farrah Fawcett?
No celebrity. You kidding? No. But I was attracted to older women even as a teenager. Yeah, just one of those things. You know. But of course, girls my age as well.
Mm-hmm.
As well as a marriage breakup in a second. No, just kidding.
Larry's trying to dry the sweat off his brow. He's like, oh, why do I get sucked into these conversations?
God, I should have stayed at the doctor's office.
Did he take your blood pressure? Is it?
Sure did.
Now, he should take it now.
Yeah, he should. God, call the emergency room. God.
But I guess it is interesting because I wonder, I guess, I mean, with Jackie Rachel, you are younger, so it's hard to say. I feel like maybe the hall pass thing comes up, people that are older, maybe. But the celebrity thing, I think, is, all around.
Like my celebrity crush, I've always had a crush on Will Ferrell, like since I was like 9 or 10. And I remember my mom being like, "What? That's not right. Like, why can't you have a crush on like a teenager?"
But if you're 9 or 10, that your crush isn't like you just wanted him to be like your friend or like a father figure.
Yeah, I liked him.
You didn't want him like at 9 or 10. Like,
yeah, no, totally.
Like,
I saw him in Talladega Nights, and I was like, "Oh, I want to be like part of a pit crew," and I love Will Ferrell.
You're gonna be part of a pit crew. I'm trying to think.
Who's your celebrity crush, Jackie Andy?
I don't know.
Here's that mystery of the Jackie Andy gang. Yes.
I have to think. I have to like edit it in. I don't. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Even like currently. I don't know. I don't.
You see,
I'll probably think of something. I was trying to think this whole time after we brought up that celebrity thing.
What is interesting about this among the four of us, we hear this story of Hall Pass, and not one of us saying, "Gee, it's a good idea. Let's kind of do it." I can get into it. It's so foreign to us.
Let's kind of do it. Well, we can't decide each other. Like, I can't say, Larry, I'm giving you a hall pass.
You're giving me a what? Oh, hall pass.
Like, I can't decide for you. You're like, I'm going to broach the topic. Let me see.
I got you.
No, yeah, I guess if I mean, I guess you're right. For
I think
us,
it's one of
maybe
those like kind of
none of us.
cliches, like or taboos or whatever. The
You,
whole
yeah,
past.
you know you're going to think about it after it's all said and done. That's not going to
Yeah.
pop
Well, I
into
feel
your
like
head all the
Right.
time. Like, you know, what if your wife or husband really does have a headache and immediately you're going to be like, oh, you know, they don't like me anymore. They don't want to be with me. It was a better experience. Like bring it
okay,
into the
but like
modern
if,
world.
even if you had a better experience,
Somebody's feelings are always going to get hurt. I don't even know how these polyamorous relationships work out. You know, to me, I just feel like it's got to be a difficult thing. How does people love each other equally?
yeah. I mean, relationships in general are difficult in that way. I think they have,
Yes.
sometimes they have some of the same struggles as every relationship does. Yeah, I don't know how it gets worked on from any personal experience, but, I think that it seems like it seems like there's people like that are just as successful as monogamous people at holding those relationships together, and there are monogamous people that aren't as successful. So
I think it would take like a tremendous amount of work, like a regular one, and like just a relationship monogamy takes a lot of work. I can't imagine like polyamory, but I guess it works for some people.
Yeah, you'd really have to have like strong sense of self and confidence.
But here's what I was going to say to Jackie Joe's point was, don't you think that regardless, even if the guy was like, oh, I had a better time with that other girl and this and that, like, so he's going to say, oh, I don't want to have sex with her. Like, I don't think he's going to care either way.
Well, cheating occurs a lot of times because of anxiety. I hate to say it. You only live once. It'll be the only opportunity you have to make love to this woman, whether you're married or not, or man. And so it's like you're caught in this ethical quandary, I suppose. I don't know.
Yeah, but you gotta. I mean, how many times have you said no because it just wasn't the right thing to do?
So do you regret it?
Saying no? No, I've regretted. I've regretted saying yes to some people. I've never regretted saying no to somebody.
All right. Well, there you go. Well, so I guess in closing, you would be more apt to agree with an indecent proposal than a hall pass.
I'd be more apt to agree to that. Not saying that I would do that, but if I'm gonna put that kind of jeopardy on a relationship, I definitely want some monetary value out of it.
Yeah. At least you have your money at the end of the day then.
Right.
Jackie Larry?
Yes.
Same question?
What, regret not cheating?
No, indecent proposal or hall pass?
Oh, economics with indecent.
Or notable.
Yeah, hall pass, because I don't want to picture my wife with another guy, let alone me with another one. So I would say.
What if you're getting paid for it?
Indecent, yeah, because it's indecent proposal. Like the time I was at a bar, and I was sitting next to this guy at the bar, and he falls off the stool. So I help him back on the stool, and again he falls down. I said, "This man's drunk. Let me take him home." So I drag him to my car, and again he falls down. So I take him to his house. He gets out of the car, and again he falls down. So I drag him up to the door. I ring the doorbell. I said, "Mrs. Leopoli, I brought your husband home." She said, "Where's his wheelchair?"
Oh boy. Well, any jackasses want to tell us what they think about a hall pass and not the one you got in school to go to the bathroom. The hall pass from your marriage, or or would you rather indecent proposal? Any indecent proposal offers? You can email us at youdontknowjackiepodcast@gmail.com. DM us on Twitter, You Don't Know Jackie, or You Don't Want to Know Corey. And, thanks to Corey, even though he's not here. But you can also go and check out his other podcast, the Workshoot Wrestling Podcast, every Thursday, and they're doing a whole bunch more with the quarantine on all different days. They got a bunch of celebrity interviews and everything. So if you have any interest, go check that out. Work Shoot Wrestling Podcast. Thanks to James for our music. You can check that out at noburdenmusics.com. Thanks for joining me today. Jackie Larry, Jackie Joe, Jackie Rachel, and of course, thanks Jackie Brandon for everything.
I hope you enjoyed the epi.
Bye. So it was funny, you know, all your jokes, Larry. I got a message the other day of someone saying, "Oh, I thought it was. I wonder if I could play it."
I thought it would have paused when I started recording this, but it didn't. Anyway, I just finished the podcast or the epi, and I just wanted to say that I usually get Larry's jokes, or maybe not the jokes, but I at least always get the references when like Rachel necessarily doesn't. But when Larry was just telling his story of the Denise, Charlie, Peter story, I thought it was going to be a joke, and it took me quite a while to realize that it was just a story. So I guess I don't always get Larry's jokes, because I just kept waiting for the punchline for that one, and it never came.
That was... So
that hall pass. What does she look like? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh boy. Wow.
Does it matter what she looks like, La?
You just need that one criteria.
Breathing.
You just need Corey's one criteria. Breathing.
Who was that? Who made the comment?
One of our jackasses.
Oh.
No, it was my sister. You're too young for Larry.
That was your sister?
Yeah.
Wow. Wonderful.
Wait, did you just say that was your sister, Jackie?
Yeah.
I was going to say, voice sounded familiar.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Jackie Andy's brother-in-law, yes.
This took a weird turn.
Your sister's younger than you, right?
Yeah. Anyway, am I too young for Larry? Aren't even what?
Yes, I know.
Well, isn't there that rule? It's like half plus 7.
I think you might just make it for Larry.
Oh,
Larry,
no.
you're younger, right? What are you, 56?
58.
Yeah. 8? Really?
Yeah, damn.
I thought it was 6. I'm back in the past.
So that's 35 for Larry.
Oh God, I just make it.
I thought so. Yes.
Wait, is it? I'm now using the calculator. We gotta use real calculators. And I think it's 30. Wait. Oh my God. Can't even use a calculator anymore. 36. I'm too young for you.
Rats. Damn it.